Good morning, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on a glorious Friday, April 10th, 11 a.m. Mountain Time 2020. The CMC models are showing snow all the way through the end of April across the entire Midwest, upper Midwest, and East Coast. But the big story, hundreds of thousands without power as heavy April snow pounds New England. Keep calm, it's boom time. Checking power outage live up in Maine, we could see it is insane, over 266,000 customers without power currently. And that bomb cyclone is still ongoing, dumping heavy snow on the coast. We also have some minor outages in PA, Indiana, and Texas, the nexus of the Schmexus. But this ongoing event in Maine is happening now, 266,000 without power. Severe weather outbreak threatens to mar Easter weekend across the South. What do I mean by that? I mean severe thunderstorm risks, tornadoes, flash flooding, hail, damaging wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. The highest tornado risks in the dark red from Jackson to Nashville, Sunday through Sunday night. Here is your watch zones, so take heed. Winter storm is headed for Billings. Snow and cold temperatures from a winter storm headed for south and South central Montana is expected to create hazardous travel conditions and pose a danger to young livestock on Friday. Winter weather advisories with spring snow late in the week for the Great Lakes. We're talking Oswego through Eau Forge up into Watertown. And there have been some tornadoes. Tornadoes confirmed by the National Weather Service after a storm causes damage in Arkansas. Poinsett County, the National Weather Service in Memphis confirmed 2 tornadoes hit northeastern Arkansas, the scene of heavy damage after strong storms Wednesday night. A preliminary damage survey says 1 EF0 touched down near Cache, and a second EF2 with winds of 125 miles per hour touched down near Claypool Reservoir, just north of Harrisburg. Some of the damage pictured right there. And an eastern snowstorm to slam the plains in the Midwest with a forecast video. So check all the links below. They are always linked below. A potentially strong snowstorm could track across nearly a dozen states from Easter Sunday into Monday, April 13th. Heavy snowfall, gusty winds may slow down freight movements from Denver to Milwaukee. Well, we already can't find the toilet paper, so that would just add insult to injury. Let's check out the snowfall analysis for the last 24 hours, and you can see Maine is the big winner with areas of 18 inches. Huge swath of over a foot through the center of the state, and now the coast is being battered by that bomb cyclone, which is still circling off of New Brunswick. Some light lake effect snow will continue and move north towards Buffalo over the coming days and the weekend. Significant storm to impact the central and eastern states this weekend. Threats for severe storms and flash flooding will push eastward across the southern plains through Saturday before a significant outbreak of severe storms, including damaging winds and strong tornadoes possible across a large part of the southeast by Sunday, which will be their fun day. To the north, heavy snow across the Rockies into tomorrow will reach the western Great Lakes by Sunday, and then that blizzard will ensue. Winter storm watches and warnings throughout most of Montana, dumping down here into Wyoming, Nebraska, and South Dakota. As the storm dips in, we're going to check the models. Freeze warnings and watches, winter storm watches for the Midwest here. And we have high winds in Georgia and winter storm watches and warnings in Maine. It's insane. Click on your county at weather.gov for warnings and watches in your region. And let's check the models. We're looking at the Canadian mountain model here, the CMC, and you could see some heavy snow for the next 12 hours going to continue to dump on Maine. It's insane, 10 to 14 inches in many regions, especially that coastal region there. 16 inches showing up here in New Brunswick. And then we have some heavy snow continuing into Vermont, New Hampshire, most of upstate New York, and western Pennsylvania down the spine of the Appalachians. This is Friday. Saturday, it continues. And then that storm starts to move into Montana Saturday afternoon to Sunday morning here. Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, Monday morning. It's now in the upper Midwest, Iowa, Nebraska, and moving over there to Wisconsin, whereas heavy strip, 16 inches of snow is expected through a wide swath here on your April 13th, mid-April. And then Michigan's going to get a quick sweeping here on Tuesday. And then another system drops in midweek to do the same thing and maybe drop a little further south, bringing some heavy snow to the West Virginia mountains. Can you imagine Philly and South Jersey, April 18th, picking up 6 inches? We're going to be watching it. Whereas as we watch the rivers crest, the black triangles show rivers above flood stage down the Mississippi corridor here, and it is only the beginning of flood season. We're going to leave you links to all of the river gauge sites where you can monitor the water levels in your region as we approach river season and we get the boats ready to hit the whitewater. It's going to be awesome. USDA sees the U.S. corn soybean stockpiles growing. Is this deja vu? Of course, it's manipulation of commodities markets. This isn't actually food. This is used in ethanol and corn chips. You grow food. Actually, that's how you do it. Now let's talk about some deep quakes in Hawaii. Take a look. Pahala. USGS issues Kilauea information statement on deep Pahala earthquakes. Now what we're seeing here is unprecedented. The rate of deep earthquakes recorded 15 to 25 miles below the area of Pahala on Kilauea's southern rift zone are the highest ever recorded. The USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory on Wednesday issued a Kilauea information statement on the swarm of deep earthquakes occurring below Pahala under the volcano's southwest rift zone. The statement has not altered the alert level for Kilauea, which remains at normal or green. Kilauea is not erupting, and the scientists say these deep earthquakes does not mean an eruption at Kilauea is imminent. But according to Diamond, he believes that an eruption on the rift may be imminent, and this would be indicative of a new caldera forming. The same area where the rift zone opened before and we saw a small caldera form, it may reactivate and drop down into a larger hole, forming a third major volcano on the Big Island. So you have Mauna Loa, Kilauea, and then you would be forming Pahala. And so the people in that region should be vigilant, to say the least. In my opinion, we'll keep watching it. Seismic update, no quakes of note. The West Coast is rocking in the U.S., so we'll keep a close eye on that, but it's not above normal activity. Worldwide volcano news, we have some big updates. Shivalush blasting to 27,000 feet, and then volcanic ash spotted at 33,000 feet over the last 24 hours. We have a definite uptick at Kluchiskov, Popo, Marapi, Semaru, Shivalush, Ibu, Dukono, and Karinsi. And let's just take a look at some of the activity here. Kluchiskov blasting to 20,000 feet just hours ago. Karinsi, flight level 14,000. Shivalush, 33,000 feet. There's the latest report. And Sabankaya at 26,000 feet. So we have quite considerable activity. Also, Marapi, highest level eruption in quite some time. So this is a 20,000 foot boomer from Marapi. So maybe Marapi is about to burp out some activity. Not that it just didn't. The holy grail of dating techniques sheds new light on prehistoric past. This is a new archaeological dating technique, has been successfully applied to shards of pottery uncovered at a dig in East London's Shoreditch. The groundbreaking new dating technique analyzes fatty acids rather than organic material. And the University of Bristol scientists who developed the method proved its effectivity by dating ancient pottery samples from sites of known ages. And they can get within a few years here, which is pretty amazing. And they're dating these pots to about 5,600 years old. Pretty sophisticated. Archaeology. Ancient string discovered sheds light on Neanderthal life and also illuminates the fact that we have no idea about our past. And authors speculate that this string or cord that was wrapped around a tool handle was part of a net bag that contained the tool. The date of the cord fragment goes to 41 to 52,000 years ago. Absolutely stunning. The depth of our idiocy and lack of information. The widely held theory about the universe expanding has just been contradicted. Well, it hasn't just been. It's been contradicted every year since they came up with the crazy idea, which is biblical, by the way. It comes from a monk from the 1400s, the Big Bang Theory. But the new idea is that the universe is not expanding equally, it's expanding differentially, which is still incorrect, by the way. But glass found in the soil of a 13,000-year-old sediment is not incorrect, and in fact, a scientific discovery. Now, the glass in the Syrian settlement soil points to a comet impact because that's the only thing in the cosmologist's toolbox. They don't have solar flare, solar outburst, or micronova in their toolkit. And a simple solar outburst from the sun of epic proportion could glaze the surface of the earth on the side that it impacts, creating this volcanic glass instantaneously by melting the sediments in place. So we need to start to think outside of the box and just, we always go back to the comet. I mean, isn't that getting a little boring, folks? Getting back to the comet, possible superstar comet Atlas looks like it's breaking up already. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, the resolution of the photo they base the assumption on is almost embarrassing. It's this. So it goes from this to this, and it's breaking up. Well, until I see 2 yellow spots in here, I'll never believe that. This could simply be changing electrical dynamics and charge. And if it is breaking up, it does not mean the show is over, by the way, because this baby is still illuminated. Although the magnitude has now decreased to magnitude 9.6 over the last few days from, I believe, 8.3, we may head back down into the negatives. We still have several weeks until this baby is even close. 3 weeks away for the close approach. And we're going to be watching it closely. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. And that's a boom to knowledge. It's spring. You should be planting. If you're in Maine, I hope you have a generator. We love each and every one of you. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance, especially during lockdown. Read a book, learn a skill, and stay away from strangers, for goodness sakes. Be safe.